Action is the answer. When faced with uncertainty, doubt, or overwhelming complexity, it is easy to become paralyzed by indecision and hesitation. The mind cycles through endless possibilities, weighing pros and cons, imagining outcomes both good and bad. Yet, while reflection has its place, it is action that transforms thought into reality. Taking the first step, no matter how small, sets in motion a chain of events that no amount of contemplation can achieve on its own. Throughout history, those who have shaped the world have been people of action. They were not always the most talented, the most knowledgeable, or even the most prepared. What set them apart was their willingness to begin, to commit, to move forward despite not having all the answers. Every invention, every movement for change, every work of art began with someone refusing to wait for perfect conditions. They acted, and in doing so, created possibility where none seemed to exist before. Consider the story of a young inventor in his small workshop, surrounded by failed prototypes and skeptical peers. He could have given in to the doubts that plagued him, or the criticisms that echoed around him. Instead, he chose action. With each new attempt, each adjustment, he learned. His persistence, expressed through action, eventually led to success. Not because he waited for inspiration to strike, but because he worked through the challenges one step at a time. Action is not about reckless impulsivity or thoughtless movement. It is about making a deliberate choice to move forward, even when the path is not entirely clear. Action is the bridge between intention and achievement. Without it, dreams remain ethereal, and ambition dissolve into regret. It is in the doing that we discover our capacity, our resilience, and often the unexpected opportunities that arise only when we engage with the world. When you take action, you create momentum. What once felt immovable begins to shift. Obstacles shrink, not because they disappear, but because you build the confidence and the skills to overcome them. Each action, no matter how minor, is a statement of intent, a declaration that you are not content to let life simply happen to you. You choose to participate, to shape outcomes, to steer your journey. Fear often masquerades as caution, whispering that it is better to wait, to gather more information, to prepare just a little longer. While prudence is valuable, it should not become a disguise for avoidance. The truth is, most growth happens outside the comfort zone, in the space where risk and opportunity overlap. Action is the key that unlocks this space. It is through trial and error, through effort and adaptation, that we learn what we are truly capable of. Think of the countless people who have wanted to write a book, start a business, or learn a new skill. Many never begin, convinced that they are not ready or that the timing is not right. Yet those who do succeed are often those who start, even imperfectly. They write the first sentence, make the first sale, or practice the first awkward notes. Action, in its simplest form, is the willingness to begin before you feel completely prepared. Moreover, action breeds clarity. The fog of uncertainty lifts as you engage with the real world. Some paths will reveal themselves as dead ends, while others will open into unexpected vistas. By acting, you gather feedback, you learn from experience, and you refine your approach. Theoretical knowledge becomes practical wisdom. What seemed insurmountable in theory becomes manageable in practice. Action also builds resilience. Failure, when it comes, is not the end, but a lesson. Each setback is a source of insight, a chance to adjust, and try again. Those who act are not immune to failure, but they are less likely to be defeated by it. They understand that progress rarely comes in a straight line. It is a series of advances and retreats, a dance with uncertainty. What matters is not the stumbles, but the resolve to rise and continue. In relationships too, action is the answer. Words and intentions matter, but it is our actions that communicate our true feelings and commitments. Acts of kindness, gestures of support, and the willingness to show up when it matters. These are what build trust, deepen bonds, and nurture love. When conflict arises, it is not enough to wish for reconciliation. Reaching out, listening with empathy, and taking concrete steps toward understanding are what heal wounds and restore connection. In the pursuit of personal growth, action is transformative. Reading books, listening to advice, and setting goals are valuable, but without consistent effort, they remain aspirations rather than achievements. Whether it is developing a new habit, building physical strength, or cultivating mindfulness, progress is made through daily actions. Small choices, repeated over time, create lasting change. The journey of 1,000 miles, as the saying goes, begins with a single step and continues with each step after that. Action is also the antidote to regret. Many people, when looking back on their lives, do not regret the actions they took, even when they led to unexpected outcomes. More often, they regret the chances they did not take, the words left unspoken, the opportunities passed by. By choosing to act, you give yourself the gift of experience, the satisfaction of knowing that you tried, regardless of the result. In a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable, action is empowering. It reminds you that while you cannot control everything, you can influence your own path. You can respond to challenges, pursue your passions, and make a difference, however small. Each action becomes a building block, a contribution to your story. The beauty of action is that it does not require grand gestures. Small steps taken consistently can lead to remarkable transformations. Waking up a little earlier to work on a goal, making a single phone call, reaching out to a friend, or choosing to speak up in a meeting. These are all forms of action. Over time, they compound, leading to greater confidence, expanded opportunities, and a richer, more fulfilling life. Action also inspires others. When you act, you become a model for those around you. Your courage encourages others to take risks, to pursue their own dreams, and to believe in the power of persistence. The ripple effect of one person's action can spread far beyond what is immediately visible, touching lives and shaping communities. Of course, not all action leads to immediate success. There will be setbacks and disappointments and moments of doubt. But even these are valuable, for they teach resilience, foster humility, and provide the raw material for future growth. Action, coupled with reflection, creates a cycle of continuous improvement. You act, you learn, you adjust, and you act again. In this way, progress becomes inevitable. So, when you find yourself at a crossroads, unsure of what to do next, remember that action is the answer. Start small if you must, but start. Take that first step. Make that first call. Write that first page. Trust that the path will become clearer as you move forward. The journey may be uncertain, but it is in the moving that you find your way. In moments of fear, remind yourself that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act in spite of it. Every person who has achieved something meaningful has faced moments of doubt, What sets them apart is not that they never felt afraid, but that they chose action over inaction. They understood that waiting for perfect conditions is a recipe for stagnation, and that progress requires a willingness to embrace uncertainty. Action also requires patience. Results do not always come quickly, and there will be times when your efforts seem fruitless. Yet, perseverance in action is what ultimately yields rewards. The seeds you plant today may take time to bear fruit, but every action is an investment in your future. Trust in the process and keep moving forward. Finally, remember that action is a choice. Every day, you have the opportunity to decide how you will respond to the world. Will you wait for life to happen to you, or will you step forward and shape your own destiny? The answer is in your hands. In the end, it is not the plans you make or the dreams you harbor that define your life, but the actions you take. Action is the answer to fear, to doubt, to uncertainty, and to the longing for something more. It is through action that you create, connect, and transform. So take that step, however small, and keep moving forward. Your future is waiting. Take action and then make it your own.